All right, we are back. Cheats, Mark, we're here to create some magic. So,
Let's do this.
we had your interview air a couple months ago, and we're kind of doing this a little bit different. So, we're gonna put together your hats now. We'll work on them now, and then at the end of the show, we'll show you guys how those hats turned out, and then it'll flash forward a couple months, and Mark's gonna open them and hopefully be happy with what shows up. So before we get to that point, we need to create some hats. So what are we making for you today?
I believe we are making our very own Flying Squirrels hat. I am from Richmond. I am from Richmond, Virginia.
Yep.
And I'm just pumped, man. I love the Flying Squirrels. I'm a big time fan of them, and they came to us nearly a decade ago after the exodus of the Richmond Braves. So, Double-A Eastern League team, Richmond Flying Squirrels. Let's do this. How do you want me to start? I'm ready to rock.
So, I did confirm earlier today that this is like their simple like on-field kind of logo. I think it's like a jersey patch, right?
Yeah, there's some alternative. Some alternative hats with that logo. That's not their main logo, but
okay. And you showed me the All-Star Game pack, which is in the system, so we can use this one as well.
Fire, absolutely.
Right. So what are we doing for you? So do you want to start with coloring the hat first, or coloring the logos, or how do you want to do
it? My dream hat would be a low profile black corduroy.
Okay.
And so that would be the dream base, green undervisor.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could talk about if we wanted to look at the top button, but this hat is actually going to be a very clean, low profile black and white hat corduroy. Yep.
Okay. What parts are white?
No, just so the logo, the front logo.
Mm-hmm.
Can we change the logos?
Yeah,
can we use the red trim? So it'd be a black hat.
Okay.
Low profile corduroy. I was gonna ask you if you think we should change the top button and the eyelids to white.
Oh, we can.
I mean, Moody. I mean, look. I'm leaning on you too. Help me out.
All right. So eyelets. The thing about the eyelets is they always look better when they're mocked up, but the hat community has turned their back on colored eyelets. Like,
all right, so go black. Go black.
But we could definitely do a white button. That's not hard to do. Oops. Definitely do a white button.
And then this is going to be super simple and clean, man. I want the front logo just as long as where I guess make it white and black, where the FS can still be in the white with the black border, and where the red is. If we just click that,
you want to get rid of the silver, like the little grayish part of it. That would just be white.
That'd just be white.
Okay, well, that's an easy hat. All right.
Yeah.
So this is white. Let me turn my contiguous on. And then get rid of the background. And then the outline will be white. All right. Do you have a preference as to what type of white? Are you doing a glow in the dark? Are you doing snow white or like a fluorescent white? Do you need me to explain the difference?
Yeah, good. Take me through, because I really just want it to be kind of as clean white as possible.
Okay, so like a regular white would be snow white, I would say, and then glow white would just be glow in the dark, and then fluorescent white is like a bright, ultra bright white.
Yep, nope. Snow sounds like the one that we want to go with.
Okay, perfect. Snow is fine. All right, and how are you going to color the side patch?
So again, the side patch, I know it's going to sound really basic, but we want to go as much white and black as possible. That fits.
All right.
And then, so if we can take out kind of the gray and the red, and go as much white and black as possible. This is as simple as a hat as we can be. Low profile Colroy. Let's see. You know what? Do we? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right. Cool. That's
You
easy.
got it right there.
All right. Looks like hat one's done already. Hold on. That's simple. I like it when
Minor
people have a
league
plan.
batter man on the back.
Yeah. That's easy.
Money.
All right. So MILB.
Can I just say too, while we're doing this?
Yeah.
The black and white is very like you might have a better read about this in the overall hat community, but for me, the black and white is just so clean.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the cleanest thing. And I think people have turned away from that because obviously there's a lot of crazy colors that they're being thrown around. But I still wear. You remember back in the day when they did the first black and white Rock Nation ones?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I love those hats. Like it was just the clear black and white. I got the Orioles one to this day. It was fire. Like I love it. And so I've always looked for more of those.
Lids would always do one. I think it was called like B-Dub or whatever.
Mm.
And it was just black and white. And you know when I really got reminded that I like it was this last kind of postseason run. That's all Bryce Harper would wear. The Alma Minier black. Exactly. Like, yo, that is a good hat. So
killed it.
And here I'm thinking like, what should I design next? I'm thinking all these colorways, and I'm like, yo, Bryce Harper looks really cool. Just wearing a black and white hat. And,
chef kiss. You're exactly right. You're exactly right with that.
I ended up making one like a 96 side patch, but it was basically Bryce Harper. For you, the sweatband, are you black, white? What do you prefer? White? Yeah, good man. All right, well, that's gotta be one of the Young in the Lab records, the easiest hat. So we're going corduroy, low pro, 5950. Okay.
I feel really confident about this. I feel very strong. I feel very strong about this. Is the one.
All right, let me save this and we'll start again. All right. So hat 2, where are we going now?
I think we're going to Philly for the Hillsdale Athletic Club Negro League, right?
Yep. Let's do it. So Hillsdale.
And this one, I do have to shout out like a good colleague of mine, a good friend, Michael Clark, who has got so much passion about designing Negro League stuff as well. And we're both just like really, really into it. And he definitely is a guy that I got to give mad love to on what's happening here. Hold on one second, because we are going to really break this one down. Okay, zipped it up.
On my tape guide. The good thing is they finally gave us a whatchamacallit, like a tape guide for this. It was never a thing before.
Really?
That's yeah. So it would always have to be something that we'd have to track down and ask for, hey, is this available? Is that available? It would just take freaking forever. But yeah. Sorry,
that's great. And that I love that photo. So you know what I really like? We're gonna design these hats and it's gonna be fire. But how money is that Eastern Color League sweater?
Oh, the ECO?
That stands for Eastern Color League.
Okay.
And that's like, that sweater was just fun. So the Eastern Color League, for those that don't know, there were several iterations, if you will, of the Negro Leagues. It's actually not just the Negro League, it's Negro Leagues, because there are so many of them. And so the National Negro League that everybody thinks of when they think of Rube Foster and kind of making this league. They were one league. The other power league of the time was the Eastern Color League. So the first Negro League World Series was actually played from the top of the Negro National League and the top of the Eastern Color League.
Yeah.
And Hillsdale, who you see there, Hillsdale Daisies, Athletic Club first, then maybe Daisies later, was based out of Philly, and they were kind of the power of the Eastern Color League. And so, to pay homage to them, we were going to design a Hillsdale hat, and I'm excited to do it. The color scheme, if you will, it's going to be a black brim, green undervisor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly know the red.
I could pull some examples for him.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a darker red with a gold H.
All right. Let me get this here first. Yeah, it's funny I talk about the guide, but the guide actually kind of taught me where all the teams fell, and I soon realized that it was a little bit more complicated than just the Negro leagues, because there was the American Negro League, the East West, and then the Southern, and then I figured out like where each team had affiliation for, and what, because I'm definitely scared of getting it wrong. So like if I put out like a hat that said like East West League, and then I used the wrong team, it was just like I do not want to be that guy.
I at one point I was into giving people grace, and then I will tell you this: I saw a Birmingham Barons hat. So there's a Birmingham Black Barons, and then there's a Birmingham Barons. The Birmingham Barons were in the Southern League. It was a white league that played minor league baseball. And somehow the hat I saw kind of crisscrossed the Birmingham Barons hat, calling it like, and they crisscrossed it with like the Birmingham Black Barons. And I just thought it was blasphemous. I thought it was so bad. It actually made me angry, because I was like, this would never happen. Like, this is clearly, it was not, I think they called it a Black Barons hat, but it was clearly in like, no, it was a Barons hat, and they said the patch was like a Negro Southern League patch. And it was just frustrating. And I was like, yeah, like, and before I was a little bit okay with it, but then when I saw it in action wrong, I was like, how could you release this to the world? This is not appropriate. But you have exactly the right side patch we're going to use for this, my friend. And it's,
and then
I don't
pull out the other one.
Yeah, we're gonna change the colors quite.
Yeah, that's fine. That's easy. So I'm gonna pull the Hilldale.
Yep,
these are the Giants, right? Hilldale Giants.
So the Hilldale Daisies is going to be this kind of iteration.
Okay.
They ultimately were the Giants as well. So they're the Athletic Club, the Daisies, and later the Giants.
All right, perfect. So I need to get to page 10 of my guide here.
But look at those unis. Those unis were slick.
Yeah, and I don't remember if we recorded this, but or if this was a conversation we had off air, but like really nailing the colors is hard, because a lot of times you're just left with stuff like this.
It's impossible. Impossible. So a good friend, Greg Kreindler, is the guy that did over 300 what's called color studies of Negro League portraits. He did them for the Negro League Museum, and I met Craig on the podcast, and was able to interview him on the old podcast, the podcast that we had Jason on, and it was awesome just to hear him as an artist, like one of the best artists of our generation, trying to get these colors right, because there were no like points of reference. He did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, one way I used to be able to kind of cheat was I would just look up like an Ebbets Field jersey.
Yep.
And they historically they were amazing at capturing colors and styles, and like they don't care. They'll put out. Why is that bottom of H? Like they don't care. They'll put out like if the jersey used to be a sweater made out of flannel with a zipper, like they'll make it accurate. So
Yeah.
that's kind of one way I kind of cheated in.
Shout out to
Figured
those
out
guys.
the
They do
colors.
it. They do a great job. They're one of the first before I turned ridiculously into 5950s. I'd bought like they had released some Negro League packs in these like massive boxes.
Yeah,
They were like $400, but you got like 15 hats. It was great.
yeah. You got a bunch of stuff with them. I think Pierre
Yep.
showed off some of that stuff.
Yep.
It's almost
I
like
still
a grab box or something.
Yeah, I was able to buy like the first one, and then they came out with like Series 2 and Series 3, and I was like, I'm too rich for my blood. I don't have it.
What is this line here? This line's giving me trouble. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to pull from the guide, and it's just like giving me hell right now.
No, it's all good.
All right, I think we've separated the path. All right. This is the beauty of learning how to use Illustrator, but never going to school for any of this stuff. All right, so this is the proper back hit, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna show you some reds, and you tell me which red you like. So if you said a little bit darker, you might be like brick.
Yep. Let's go brick.
Area. Brick.
Let's go brick.
All right, perfect. And then the regular green is just a Kelly, right? That you wanted.
Yep. Kelly and green on the riser.
And then the black is just black.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, easy.
Now, most of your listeners probably know this, but you tell me, is this in regards to kind of your design journey? Was this mostly like learning through trial and error?
Yeah. Well, funny enough, I did it through baseball. Well, softball. So I used to work for a company called Multiview, and they would let us buy like work gear. They called it M-Bucks. So it's like so we could either win like spiffs and like cash prizes or like this fictional money, and we would go to what's called the M store and buy whatever we wanted. So they were doing like polos and jackets and different things that you can get on like custom stuff, and it'd just be like the uniform. I mean, not uniform, but like clothes you could wear, but like practical stuff. So anyway, the buyer worked for Jerry Jones as well. She some in some capacity. I'm not exactly sure what, but she would basically she was like one of the buyers for the Cowboys as well. So she had used Jerry's New Era account to order like our baseball hats. And one year, New Era had ended up sending us or sending the American office instead of royal blue, navy blue hats. So they were supposed to send those hats back to New Era. But they ended up not. They ended up shipping them to Canada, where we were playing softball. So it was like these mismatched hats that just were supposed to be destroyed, but they're the wrong color. But they gave it to us because I guess they look down at us as the Canadian officer, the new office. But anyway, long story short, the coach ends up leaving. I end up assuming the coaching role. So then I had never known you can make a custom hat. I didn't know you could put your logo on it. Like that was mind blowing. Like it was just like you could do that. So I ended up reaching out to other New Era suppliers for team equipment. It was like, hey, I'm the coach of Canada's Multiview team. Our account's in America. I was wondering if I could order our Canadian hat. This is our old hat. And I showed them. Yeah, no problem. I was like, oh, I could make hats now. So I started making hats for our team and jerseys, and they accepted them, and the team bought their own first round and whatever. And I ended up starting to do the jerseys and the hats. Other teams would hit us up like, hey, where'd you get your stuff? It looks so cool. And I was like, yeah, this is me. I made it. And like at that time, I didn't think I was gonna go into business doing it. I didn't think of nothing. Right. I just did it. And then we just kept doing it over and over again and playing in different leagues. So we ended up going to like a basketball intramural league, a volleyball. We did bowling. Or find reasons to make fucking custom bowling shirts. And then eventually I start a company with my homie Harry for the jerseys. We ended up finding like different manufacturers overseas to make this stuff, and then other teams hired us to make their jerseys. like Honda Canada, Yamaha, BMW. So we have like these like official like companies like letting us make like jerseys and stuff. And then the hats would come in, and we would just find different reasons to make hats, post them online, and people wanted to buy them. I was like, what? Like, you want to buy my Markham Business League volleyball hat? Like, you
Right.
want that? Like, yeah. So one thing led to another. I ended up eventually teaming up with an amazing artist, Tony Ross, out of Simi Valley, California, and we started the Capologists.
Yep.
And then eventually we started the show, and then stores, would want to work with us because of how we talked about hats and how we collected hats and whatever. And then the rest is kind of history.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was like one thing led to another, led to another, led to another.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first designs were on Outlook, man. I never went to school for none of this shit. I was
That's
never planning
awesome.
on being any type of like designer
Yeah.
or nothing. I was just obsessed with like, I caught the creative bug, like oh, I can make that, like that's a thing.
Let's do it, man. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, that's it.
So the H is gonna be almost like kind of like a gold or like a mustard yellow, if that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, which do you prefer? Do you want it to be metallic or do you want it to be flat?
Oh,
So that's up to you. This is a personal choice. So, like a metallic would be like a metallic, or you want it to be like a flat.
because the metallic's gonna be raised a little bit, right?
They'll both be raised. It's just a matter of your thread.
Okay.
Your
You
thread.
showed. Well, don't show me the regular. You showed me the metallic. Show me the other one. Just a regular flat.
Yeah, just like any other.
Yeah.
Like you probably want like an old gold, like old Pirates gold, right?
Yeah.
That's like a Vegas goldish kind of color. Yeah, just I don't know if I have it. Like, oh, did you hear the bottom? Hold on. Not this part because that's metallic, but you see how underneath it's more flat.
Yeah. All
right. You have a preference?
Flat.
Flat. Okay. Like that.
The interesting thing about this is, in my mind, the gold is probably right, but the brick red probably needs to be lighter.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So that's on me. But the brick red needs to the red needs to be a little bit more.
So like your typical scarlet, so to go lighter, you'd probably be in the scarlet range or the front door red. So front door red is like the Bulls red, and then scarlet would be like a regular scarlet, and then front door is like almost like a brighter red. Yeah, it's
scarlet. That's the China WBC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like regular.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scarlet it is.
All right, no problem. That's easy change.
And I think from that, like kind of like that China hat, the gold will probably pop a little bit more.
Yeah, brick is like what like the D-backs use, the old Astros.
I'm thinking in my mind, the brick is probably closer to the color scheme used back then, but that's gonna be it. That's gonna be better.
All right. The eyelets, you want to go tonal or you want to make them black?
Tonal.
All right. Yeah, there's like been, I don't know, like no one likes off-color eyelets anymore. Like this, it's like this ick that everyone has now.
It's funny, man, and I'm sure you've seen kind of so many changes or like I don't know if it's changes or just like preference fads at the time. Like it does seem like, and I don't necessarily know why, but it does seem like when people make runs on certain things, like either they don't know when to quit or it's just like, every hat that whole cycle is just like, I don't know, cascading logos or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
the
we're in a,
problem is it's so derivative now. Like
yeah.
everyone just copies each other or does runs of stuff that already exists, and people don't let stuff breathe. Sometimes I feel like
I feel like we're in the middle of a run on this, on the Ricky Henderson side patch, where it's like
that was
every
something they kept from us for a long time, and then
and
now
like every hat I see now has a Henderson side patch. I'm like, what is going on?
part of the reason is historically Oakland has just horrendous side patches, man.
Yeah.
They just have really bad side patches. All right, how do you want to color this? This
All
one.
right, this one's gonna be a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So where the gray is inside the individual,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be that red.
Okay. All right, but not his hat. So here's where it gets weird. All right. So the way it lays out is sometimes things will be connected and sometimes things won't be. But we
Okay.
won't know until we go and color them. So
Okay.
there's a chance, just keep this in mind. We'll color it how you want to color it, but there's a chance that this gray here will be tied to this gray. But again,
Okay.
we won't know till we go and color this with the rep. So just
Okay.
keep that in mind.
The temple gold is going to be the hat color.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to
Yeah, like here, like that, right?
Yep, just like that. Then the lettering that says Negro Leagues
Yeah.
is going to be that temple gold as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Did we get it? Let's see.
That's a pretty good patch, I think.
It's a pretty good patch.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I like this patch a lot. It's a good size too. We'll get this disclaimer on. You don't need to mess with disclaimers. All right, hat two.
Hat too, my man. You are. I think we made a good call with the brightening of the red too. They're going to the
Yeah.
scarlet.
Yeah.
Just looks a lot better. Hat too.
Hilldale. I think there's not enough Negro League hats. I'm really excited. At the end of June, I'll be out there in Kansas City, Missouri.
Mhm.
So I'll hopefully get to meet and go to the Negro League Museum on the
Oh, you
Sunday.
have to go. You have to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
It's so cool,
Yeah.
and they do. It's just a kind of a. I could be there all day. Like they do a really good job at the museum. I've only been once. I went in 2010, and
Mhm.
it's gotten bigger now. And they're building. They're building a new
The
museum
renovations, yeah, they got a
that'll
huge,
break ground in a couple years,
yeah.
and it really is amazing. And it's and you can't say enough about Mr. Kendrick and what he's done. He's really like a one man operation when he took that job several
Mhm.
years ago, and he's just made it into such a cool thing for baseball. Just like all baseball, like any baseball historian goes there and is just like a kid in a candy store. So
He did such a great job in the show as well.
yep.
MLB the Show, just telling the story, making it interactive. I wish they had done more teams um, in last year's version of the game. I spent way too much time playing it. Unfortunately, I didn't buy this year's version just because
Oh, you haven't got
just
24
because
yet.
I haven't got it. I told
Don't sleep
myself
on it
though.
though, because they have the new storylines.
I
They have
know,
a
I know, and
whole new series of them.
they have the lady that pitched too.
Yep. Tony
Um,
Stone. Yep.
yeah, I have an addictive personality, so if I know I play it, I'm going to spend 14 hours a day on it, and I just cannot. I do not
Stop
have
all
the.
production.
Yeah, I can't because I can't I can't do anything half-assed. So I'm the type of player. If I play Diamond Dynasty, I need every card,
Oh,
and
see,
I've had every card.
so that's funny that you mentioned that because in our group chat, in the Black Baseball Mixtape group chat, there are players that play the show.
Mm-hmm.
I have never played on. I don't know if it's a fear. I've never played online. Like
Okay.
I have the game and I play it, but I
Yeah.
never like dug into. I play Diamond Dynasty, but I just play the computer.
Okay.
So, and they like again, they tell some horror stories about this too. Like people like in the
Super
middle of the
toxic.
game just like
Yeah.
leaving, and it's like,
Yeah.
why would I subject myself to that? But I think I'm gonna try this year. I think I'm gonna try to play online for the first time.
Do it. I mean, you just got to treat it for what it is. It's a really super toxic thing, and then it gets really, really like competitive towards the top. But I would spend thousands of hours on it, and I kid you not. But I'm the type that I need every card, multiple millions in stubs. Like, I'm sick in the head. So I
No.
just was like, this time around, I don't have the time,
Right,
and
right.
I should only because Vladdy's on the cover, and they finally did a Negro League hat. I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to wear it because I'm a size 8. But yeah, I've had like every
So,
version.
and I was wondering because they come out with like the what is it, like the collector's edition
Mhm,
version.
mhm.
Now they did the Negro Leagues one with the hat, so I was wondering like, is there gonna be a Vladdy Senior jersey like version of this or not? Is it just gonna be Junior and Negro League?
Just Junior and Negro League, yeah.
Okay, because I got the first one I bought was the Jackie Robinson cover, and that was
Yeah,
21.
yeah.
And then they skipped a year with like the collector's edition, and
Mhm,
then 23 they had the Jeter. I bought the Jeter one,
mhm.
so I thought it'd be cool to do Vladdy Junior, current Vladdy Senior, like
Yeah,
collectors.
yeah. I would just wish that they would do those as fits, but I know they can't. But I'm looking at them. I have the Baez, the Jackie, the Judge. Like I have all of them.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
would buy the digital too because I'd rather have the digital than to have the physical. But you need to buy the physical to get the hat. It's kind of
You need
weird.
that. Or yeah, now you can just go on. So yeah, I need to learn like because I play the game, but
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't feel like I'm fully immersed in the world. Like
If you don't have the time, don't do it though. That's the
I'm
thing. Like you
all
need to
right
have a lot of time.
because
Just
well,
get
they'll tell you stuff like even this year they were like, oh no, now you can play with the new City Connect unis, and I'm just like, do I know that? Do I know like did I download that? I don't know. Like
you usually have to unlock them.
yeah, yeah. So it's just like
Yeah.
all
But
right, I'm
I
gonna
would
get it.
like make my uniforms. I would have like the custom logos. I would
Yeah,
have
see, you'd go
like I
crazy.
would
You'd go
yeah.
crazy.
I would go
Okay.
crazy. I basically play as much as a streamer, but just not stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
bad. It's bad. So you know yourself, and I was like, you know what, I can't invest the time, and I just didn't. So,
I love it. I love it.
but all right, hat 3. What are we
At
doing?
3. This is going to be the Norfolk Tides, I believe.
Mhm.
This is going to be the last one of this iteration.
So you like the International League side patch, or were you just open to any side patch? Because the Norfolk Tides, I mean, I'm sure you know, you're a Baltimore fan,
Yeah.
annihilated everyone last year. So there's a Champions patch.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I'm open to it. Let's take a
Okay.
look at it, but this version of the Norfolk Tide are the
Okay.
Norfolk Tide that's tied to the Mets.
Yeah, the old one. Okay.
So the International League Norfolk Tide. So I'd
Yeah.
probably go with the International League side patch.
Okay, that's fair.
But yes, I'm excited. But I want this one to like because this is a very basic design. So
Mhm.
I would like to get your input on how we can make it pop as much as possible. So maybe that is metallic, maybe
Yeah.
that's like raised. You know what I mean?
So the thing with the one you're doing, to me, it looks a lot like a Seattle Mariners hat almost. So like you could just go and use the same yellows that they use and just be familiar, kind of like make it look like because it's basically blue and gold, right? So the
Yeah,
other way to
it's like a fiery orange gold. Yeah.
yeah, so the other way to do it would be to um do it in metallics potentially.
Yep.
Or
That's what
the
I was
other
thinking.
way, because there's no metallic orange. The closest thing would be Copper, metallic copper.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like. What do you think?
All right.
Metallic copper might work.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So let me pull. I'm just gonna skip a couple steps and do it this way. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up the thing you gave me.
Yep.
And then we'll alter it. All right.
Yeah.
So
Look
if
at
you
that.
go
Heat
metallic copper, metallic copper. Is that Ron Washington there too?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say, are we making a Ron Washington?
Like every look, that's literally the profile from like every black player in 1977. 1983 to 1970s, they all looked like that.
All right, fair enough.
It's like
All
a
right,
skinny middle infielder.
So this is copper, so that's more brown than your.
It's a little bit more
color.
brown, but it is metallic though, right?
Yeah, it is metallic.
And that's the closest metallic we can have.
Yes, but there are other colors that are not metallic, but will still like
Get us there.
They just won't shine. That's the only thing. So like we can color match something. So like Temple Gold is. I mean, we just use Temple Gold, but
yeah.
I mean, you could go metallic gold. So metallic gold rush. So metallic gold is like a regular. I believe this is rush. So this top here would be metallic gold, and then this color is probably metallic gold rush.
Let's get metallic gold.
All right. I mean, you could use both. So, like, you see how the darker area.
I do see that. We can use both.
Yeah, you can use both.
Let's use both. Let's use metallic gold and metallic gold rush, and metallic gold in the darker areas, and rush in the lighter areas.
Metallic gold rush.
Matter of fact, I just recently bought the Norfolk Tides championship patch hat.
Oh yeah, I just made one today.
I covered their opening day.
Oh, where?
So yeah, it was really kind of. I may have overinflated what I thought their kind of talent. Well, I mean, I think they're one of the best AAA teams that started the season. The record does not reflect this, but they've got basically a young major league lineup, especially when they have Jackson Holiday down and Kobe Mayo and
a quad A team, basically.
Yeah, it's an amazing team. So I covered their opening day homestand that weekend, and I bought one of their championship released hats in store. They're awesome team. And Jackson's back now, so
annoyingly, you guys are going to be a problem for a number of years. I mean, for a long time. I mean, before last year, the last time you guys were in the playoffs was when Edwin took you guys out, right?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember now. It was a while, but
when Showalter left.
Adam Jones was on the last playoff team, I think.
Yeah, like Showalter left Britain in the bullpen. That was that game.
Yep.
And
but the interesting thing is, I agree with you, but I agree with you. I think for a different reason than most people would agree with you. Most people will say young talent wise, right? Like our farm system and our our young guys, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Jordan Westberg, and those guys. I'm going to agree with you in the sense that I think the Orioles finally have an ownership group in David Rubenstein that is actually going to make them that actually love the city and love the team.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't say that the Angelos family for what they were is what they were, but they had run their course basically. And I do think that just having an owner that's from Baltimore and wants the team to do well, I think is going to make a lot of difference.
But you also have a good baseball, like you guys got Corbin Burns, which is like the perfect fit for y'all's team, and
Yep.
still didn't give up any
Nope.
of your core prospects. So,
Nope.
like on top of that, it's so annoying that you're good, but then it's more annoying that like you got better without giving. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, so as an AL East guy, who would
Yeah.
you say that has the most annoying fan base? I mean, it's obviously got to be Yankees, Red Sox. Like we're the least annoying fan base, I think.
Yeah. No, for sure. You're the most annoying team to play though, because you just met. I am legit scared of like
Sure.
Anthony Santander
He's so good.
and Mountcastle always fucking destroys us. And then even if Cedric looks
Cedric's
bad,
good. Yeah.
he kills us. So I hate playing you guys. But I respect the team that like
Yeah.
you guys have put together a scary team. And I don't know. I'm not one of those that like spends time arguing with other fan bases. Like if you like the Yankees, I'm not gonna argue with you why you're better or not better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I just sit there and I enjoy the game. I love the game and I just watch it. And I just know that it's not fun to play Baltimore no matter what. So
Like, look, I'm a closet like New York obsessed person at heart, so I actually can tolerate the Yankee delusion much more than others. Like, I'm okay with that.
yeah.
When the Red Sox are good, that hurts my heart. Like, because I think the Red Sox faithful are just like I feel
You
like
felt for them though before they won in 04 though. But then after they won, they got really annoying.
Yeah, I just feel like the Yankee fans are delusional in a way where they could be the best team in the world and Yankee fans will be like, dude, we suck. Like the Red Sox are the other way. Their team could be like horrible and they're still just like, you know, they're I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. They didn't basically Red Sox fans don't know how to handle success is what it is.
I think they're just so used to losing forever
Right.
that like once they started winning, it's just now it just became like standard fare for them, I guess. But all right. Do you like the double gold like this, or do you think it takes too away from like the yellow you had?
I like so if that's what it is, I like that. I don't
Okay.
dude, the question is because we're going with those colors basically because we wanted to use metallic. Do
Mhm.
you think going non-metallic would pop it harder? Just using like a more of a fiery wave there?
So let me show you some examples of it. 'Cause the problem is it's like a really flat logo, so I do think
Yeah. We're on the
it
right
will
track.
look good metallic, but
Yeah, I think we're on the okay. I'm okay with it.
yeah. I just thought it'd be like cool potentially. What was I gonna say? I mean, it has no ties to the Mariners. I just thought it looked cool, like as like a almost like a fake Mariner. So like I have this thing where I like minor league hats, but I for whatever reason I like them way more when they look like major league hats. So like the Paluski Blue Jays, I would almost rather like a P Strongbird than a T Strongbird because like you could see someone with like a T Blue Jay. Like, like the Strongbird logo, the steroid bird. Hold on. Like to me, like this is just it's cool. It's a cool logo. It's the Blue Jays, but the Pulaski Blue Jays has the same logo but just has a P on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Or
I think we're gonna leave it where it is.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
like where we are. I do. Do you want it? Like, can we change the top button?
Yeah. What do you
Let's
want it to
do
be?
that. Just to the color of the emblem.
Okay, like a gold.
Yep. Make that the. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, why aren't you working? Hold on. There you go. It's like a gold.
Yep.
this might be like an old gold actually. It's like that mustard kind of color, or
And
Vegas
then
gold.
yeah, and then let's take a look at the International League side patches.
So there's the main one. Um, so it's this one. Oops. Like my computer can almost not handle it. This one.
That's the only one we have.
That's the only one that I see that we had. Yeah.
And then all right, so let's.
What's the one
Let's
that
see.
you wanted?
There's one that was like 125 years, right?
Hold on.
I thought there was. I could be wrong.
125-year anniversary of the International League.
Yeah. Let me see.
Have you seen it on a hat though? That's the thing.
No, that's the thing. I probably haven't. That's what I was. So we might not be able to use that at all.
The
Just
only
see.
125th is the regular MLB that I saw when they had that like big copper sleeve patch.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm doing it.
Because I see the logo. The logo looks like this, but I don't know if there's a. I don't know if it's in the system. I didn't see it.
Okay, yeah, there's 125th, 1884.
Yeah, this one, 2008.
Yeah. So we can't do that one, right?
It's not that we can't. I just don't know if we will be able to. So we
All
can
right.
we can mock up both, and if this one is in it, then we'll just use it. We could do it that way, or we can mock up both and just say preference to this one. Like it'd be cool.
That one, yeah, that one would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. that one would be cool. So let's do that. But
So I would say we should mock up both of them and just tell them this is our preference. But if it's not there, then we'll default to this one.
okay.
All right. So
All right.
how do you
I
want to color?
actually don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of changes to this one.
Okay,
So
I mean we can run it as is.
take a quick look, Leon, because I trust your
Mhm.
judgment here.
Mhm.
And if you were going to make any tweaks to this, the only thing I would even look at is the red, kind of that brick red.
Mhm.
Everything else kind of matches the hat flow, right?
I mean, I would make the red probably metallic red, or make that like a scarlet red, and then make the blue metallic blue. Because metallic blue is not bad too.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, if you were to make a change, sometimes I don't like using the hat color in the patch sometimes, but I mean here it looks okay. The only change potentially you could do is make it silver, but then now you're washing out the white.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it kind of looks money.
Yeah. So like the most you could do if you want to really trick it out is make it metallic blue, but then it takes it up a hue. Just up to you. I do like this darker, almost.
Yeah, I like the
dark
darker
green.
blue. I like the darker blue.
All right.
I feel like it just kind of goes with it. I think it feels
A
like
lot of times when I design my hats, I don't change the patch color.
Yeah, I feel like it naturally fits money wise.
Yeah. Kind of like you're just paying respect to the original artist, like how they colored it.
Absolutely.
And then second option would be this one. So let me get this out the way. And then how would you color this? Same way. Just leave it.
Let me take a quick look. That blue,
Mm-hmm.
I would make the 125 anniversary blue, the blue in the International League 1884. Can we do that?
Hold on. No. Hold on. Not this one. This one. How would you
Right.
color this one potentially?
Right. No, I'm saying, can we take the blue from the other patch
Oh
and
yeah.
make it? You know what I'm saying? I think otherwise we might have it. I just wanted that
Mhm.
blue looked a little bit more darker. If that's even blue. What is that?
I think it's pretty damn close. So this is what it is.
It
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yes. I think it's the same colors. Looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think we got it. Unless
Mhm.
you want to make anything metallic, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think. Well, this will be metallic gold. Whatever
Okay.
this gold is, with metallic gold.
Yep.
All right. And then the Batterman. Let's get the Batterman bigged up.
Yep. While we're finishing up this one, since this is the last hat, I do have to ask: with
Mm-hmm.
so many hats you designed,
Mm-hmm.
and like so much in the queue, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you look at it like? Do you look at it like hit records? Like like of these 100, you think
Mm-hmm.
like these 5 are real? People are really gonna go crazy for them, and then just like 9, or do you think like every song's a hit? But
No,
because
I'm
there's these
very hard
songs.
on myself. I don't think any of it is going to be a hit. Like,
Okay,
I know some of them is like, yeah, I'm going to be excited for this, and yeah, maybe people might like it. But yeah, like I try to keep humble and try to stay hungry, like because I know like the other people's opinion shouldn't matter and whatever. But like I don't hear myself being named when people name top designers and stuff. So like I just
yeah,
keep telling myself, just keep working harder, keep working harder.
yeah, yeah.
You're not there yet or whatever. Like we ran that hack on contest, and one of the questions I asked every designer is like, "Who's your favorite?" And I don't think any of them said me. So it's like, and like that'd be the perfect time to tell me, right? And I don't want them to lie. That's not my
Yeah, that one's
thing, right?
tough though because again,
Yeah,
like if you were asking the question, they probably wouldn't say,
you think
right?
so?
Like they're probably gonna think of someone else.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, but that's a good point. I often wonder like with like high volume design products, right?
hmm
Like you know, do each of them like I know like you put in work on all of them. Some of them, I'm sure you put in work on more, and it may just you put in so much work just for it to be in the middle of the pack, if you will. But it's like
yeah,
actually that's the thing. I always wondered
yeah.
because
But I never do it so that like I never do it to get recognized, or I never do. I do it because I really love it. Like
right.
that's the thing. Like people ask me what my favorite hat is, and my answer is my next one. You know.
Ah,
So like for me, like yeah, there's been a couple where it's like, yo, I know this one's gonna hit, but there's been other times where it's like you don't know, and then people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you made that, and
yeah,
you know, it goes both ways.
yeah,
But
that's crazy.
I don't sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm so good. You know, me, it's like the next one, the next one, the next one. Like, what are we doing next? Oh, they changed the rules on me. Okay, cool. Well, like, what are we? How are we
Right.
gonna adjust? And that's
Yeah.
how I approach it. And
I
I,
think
yeah,
it's the right attitude to have, man. I think because I can see a world where like people would get caught up with not with just like because again I look at it almost like a musician where you're like, oh, I know this is gonna be a hit, and then you're like, it's not a hit. What do we do now?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, for me, the good thing is like I get to play often, I get to submit often, I get to make often.
yeah,
But the big thing with me is like I don't like doing derivative stuff of other people's stuff. I like making stuff that I would wear and stuff I don't have. So if I don't have it at this point, I in my head I think it's pretty rare,
okay,
right? Because I think I'm at 7,000
jeez,
hats.
jeez, that's crazy.
So if I don't
That's
have that
crazy.
combo, like if I don't have that hat, I don't have the combo because I'm not making anything I have already.
Right, right,
So that's part of it. Like when you're buying a hat from me that I made, it's probably because it's not a common hat.
yeah.
Like
That's
I
great.
want to make something like my current style is like it's fan gear, yes, but I want you to be able to wear it to the stadium and still fit in, but still have someone look at you like, "Yo, where did you get that? I've never
Yep.
seen that before." So
That's my
like
thing.
that's my thing.
Yeah. No, I definitely there's some of your hats that I have I can't even wear
What do you mean?
because huh? Because I
What?
bought them because they're amazingly good hats,
Oh,
and it's like I'm not a Mets fan. Like the Mets hat you designed is one of my favorite hats. I
okay.
don't know if I've ever worn it out of the house because not because it's like I just you know what I mean. It's just a Mets hat,
Yeah.
but it was so good when I saw it. I was like, I've got to have that hat. I've got
Do
to
you like
have
the
it.
brown one better or the blue one?
Oh, the blue one
Okay.
with the Mr. Matt on it type thing. It was fire.
Okay, okay. You're talking about the narco hat. Okay, okay, the
It
trumpet
was
hat.
so good,
Yeah, yeah,
so good.
yeah. Fair enough. Um, the Mets hat with the Nas hook, like I knew when I saw the logo that hat was gonna be good.
It's good. It's good. It's gonna
Yeah,
go
I
off.
got that one. I was like, yeah, this hat's good because no one's done this before. But
So fire.
for the most part, it's I always doubt myself, man, because I never want to get comfortable. So,
No, I understand, man. I understand.
all right, how do you want to call this? So I
Uh,
think here you have it like the orange and then the
yeah,
gold as the outline, and then there's the blue there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean,
That's
another
pretty
way
good.
to color it, you could just do it like that. If you want it to be gold, we can do that. It's just that you would need another color in the red.
Could it be white?
It
Could
could
the
be
red
white.
be white?
Yeah, it could be white. Yeah, it could be white. The other way to do it would be to keep him white and then make that side gold. So it just depends on your preference. So that's so this is option two, basically. And then option one would be oops. Oh my gosh. What am I missing? This would be option one.
Let's go with option one.
Okay, I'm cool with
Let's make the Batterman color.
that.
Let's color the Batterman now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That's kind of
All right, hat three, the fake Ron Washington.
the fake Ron Washington. That's I like. Actually,
He looks like Ron Washington, man. He might not be,
he
but
does. Did you see? There's a friend of mine. I've become friends with Clinton Yates, and Clinton Yates did an amazing story on like the connection of Ron Washington. Ron Washington is connected to since Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Jackie Robinson is connected to like I want to say like 80% of black baseball. Like it was just like this amazing like maybe it's like the modern black baseball. It's on Anscape. It is like the kind of degrees of separation of Ron Washington. It is
okay,
a fantastic article. If you do read baseball, take time to look at this chart of
okay.
like his connection. It might be like 8%, but it's like
But
it's
he's
just amazing.
coached forever,
Yeah, it's
forever.
just like and he played, and he's
Yeah,
just connected to all of these guys in the game, and he's so cool. It was a very well done Ron Washington, our own Anscape by Clinton Yates. It was great.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But all right, well, I gotta get to work and put these three and get them improved. And then hopefully in a couple months we'll have uh, what's it called? An unboxing video where you
An
get to
unboxing
see them
video.
before anyone else sees them.
That's
And
awesome.
no, that's fun, man. I hope this turns into something that we get to do more often and kind of expand because the passion you have for educating the next generation and even the current generation. I mean, there's nothing that like you know you couldn't learn or I couldn't learn or whatever, and that kind of passion that you have of educating the current fan base and the next fan base is huge. I think like um baseball is such a beautiful game and it's such a beautiful sport, but it lacks certain things to help it pass. And I think without that, it would be a shame to kind of let it fall apart because there's just so much history and so much stories that you can tell, and everything's just so enjoyable about it. So you know, thank you for your service.
Nah, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, just to finish up and echo what I already said, I was a fan of your designs, and before I even knew kind of the full personality of everything you do, and I learned so much. I learned so much about the industry and the game and design from watching you and your colleagues on views, and I do go to Pro Image and seek out the Leon and the lab designs as well. So if no one else says it, Leon, you are definitely one of my favorite designers.
Thank
So
you.
I
Thank you.
really, this was a dream come true in that sense, and I really appreciate you having me on and us chopping it up, especially about baseball.
Yeah, gotta do it more often. But until then, we'll call it here, and then
Call it.
hopefully, in a couple minutes, you guys will see the hats in hand. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy them. Peace.
That's awesome. Peace.
All right, and we're back. Um, you guys have just watched us mock up 3 hats through the magic of TV and the new era. We Cheats. You have a box.
I've
How you
got
feeling?
a box, my man. I am so excited. I have not opened this box.
Yes,
I've
yes.
listened to the rules, so I don't know what's in it. I don't know what it looks like, but I know what we did, man, and I'm
Yep.
excited about it.
All right. So just so that we refresh ourselves, because I mean these guys have just watched us mock it up like it was yesterday. We sat down last year to do potentially 3 designs. We're gonna go through them time lapse wise, and then you're gonna tell me what you remember about making these hats. So the first one, I believe we stayed in Richmond. Yep.
Yes.
What do you remember about this hat design?
Oh, this is hometown, man. I'm from Richmond. We are the home of the Richmond Flying Squirrels. It is just my favorite team. I mean, obviously, it's less than 10 minutes away from our house, but me and my son and my wife were basically season ticket holders at the Squirrels games. So with the opportunity to make any hat, the Squirrels hat, the Flying Squirrels hat was going to be the first one. I believe we went corduroy, possibly if we could, low profile. The Flying Squirrels alternative logo, that 2019 All-Star Game patch. But the coolest part about this hat is that I just went straight black and white. I went straight black and white, pretty simple. And we have a lot of, like, obviously every minor league baseball franchise has a ton of variations on their hats. I think it's a really cool thing that minor league baseball offers, even more so than Major League Baseball. But the fact that I really wanted to go just kind of a basic black and white, you can wear it everywhere. You can wear it to, a formal dinner or the game. I really was excited about it.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see this. We've kind of taken a step back from doing a lot of minor league baseball hats last year, so this is kind of refreshing to get in. So for you guys watching at home, we mocked this up. It's got to be, I would want to say, kind of early to mid last year.
Yeah,
so this is a long time coming. So I'm excited to see these hats in your hand. I'm super pumped that you got
Are we
them.
ready?
Well, we'll go through all three.
Okay.
All three.
Okay.
We'll go through all 3. So number 2, and for those watching, you have them. I don't have them. So this is a genuine unboxing.
Oh, nice.
But tell me about the Hilldale hat that we mocked up.
Oh man, so we wanted to go, like, I wanted to stay true to kind of what got me into hats in the very beginning was Negro League hats. And so Negro League hats, got one on down, was really the first series of hats I collected. And when we talked about it, Leon, we talked that everybody was going to do Homestead Grays, everybody was going to do Kansas City Monarchs, and the Hilldale Club, athletic club out of Philadelphia, that franchise was one of the earliest Negro League franchises and one of the best. And they wound up playing, I believe they wound up playing in the first kind of Negro League World Series. I want to say maybe even against the Chicago American Giants, but they were like the one thing historically that people kind of forget, like don't really understand, was early on when it said Negro Leagues with an S, there were multiple leagues. It wasn't
Yeah.
just the one league where you think of with the popular teams. There are all of these different black leagues in different places, and when they came together to play kind of the World Series, it was the best of these leagues. It wasn't just like one league, or even like what we think about Major League Baseball. So Hilldale was just a dominant club early in the century, and they wound up playing, like I said, in these World Series because they were the best in their league. And I believe you see that ECL in the picture. That was the Eastern Colored League. This is what that stands for. And they wound up playing some guys out of the Midwest and playing guys out of the South, but they were the best in the Eastern Colored League. So we wanted to get a really sweet Hilldale hat, and I think we got one. Try to stay authentic to the original colors, but you can also see a lot of these pictures are in black and white, so they didn't really know what some of the color matches were. Shout out to my man Greg Kreinler and some of the other historians that really could pull. We knew they had kind of that Harvard red to them and some other things, and I just thought the design that came out was beautiful. And it's a two-tone hat there, a little bit of gold in the H and green undervisor. I mean, I thought the mock-up was really great, and I do have to shout out. We came in all of these. You see my face, but Michael Clark is another Black Baseball Mixtape designer that worked with me on these as well.
Sir.
So so they did some really great stuff. And Negro Leagues are both our thing. So
perfect. I can't wait to see how this patch kind of comes out. So let's go number 3 before we do the grand reveal.
All right.
Number 3 is this hat. So tell me what you remember about making this hat here.
I had to stay in the Commonwealth, I remember. So stayed with Virginia. Norfolk Tides, I believe, is this one. And
the old school.
Look at that. Look. You don't have to go no further than that kind of
that's Ron Washington, right?
Right. The reference photo. I don't know if that's Ron. Is that Ron? You can go no further than the reference photo. The Tide had such a history of just cool hats, bro. And they're a AAA franchise. Now they're the AAA franchise of the Orioles, but we went back to, like you see, that 125th anniversary patch. That goes back to when they were affiliated with the Mets. And so you can see some really cool players that came through Norfolk when you talk about Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden and all the like legendary 80s Mets. And they carried it in the International League for a very long time. You and I both, I think, talked at the time. We love that simple logo, that wave with the T. That's just a variation of when they were back in the Mets days, and it's just, I mean, they had some cool stuff going on there. Love the 125th anniversary patch as well. Minor League Baseball logo, green undervisor. Just a solid. Look at that. It's just a solid, clean 5950, bro.
I can't wait. So we've left you in suspense enough. You know, you've done. This is like a kid on Christmas. You didn't open the box, nothing. So
no. I just sliced it just now. What? Well, all right. So I'm just gonna pull them out. Like, what do we see first?
You pull them out one by one.
We'll
capture your natural reaction. I haven't even seen what they look like, so this is an unboxing for me. So
that's right.
I remember mocking them up with you, submitting them, you approving the spec, and then
All right. Well, here we go. Hat number 1, never seen before, and it is corduroy. Look at this. Oh, this turned out great. Look at this. This is the Flying Squirrels.
It does look low pro.
Board. Yeah. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like we mocked it. I'm trying to make sure that. I will get it in frame here for people to see. Little green undervisor there. Got the All-Star patch here. Look, perfect. Minor League Baseball logo there. Oh man, this is. Oh, that's fire! That is fire.
The fit's good.
It's great, and and so I will say this: just on the feel, if you looked at it if you look at it from a distance, or if you look at it now, you will not tell that it's cord, but it is like a very light. It's like a light cord in there, so it's definitely got a good feel to it. Texture wise, it is a nice product. I'm excited. This is awesome. This turned out 100% like we designed. And this will be available a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with number 2. Look at this. Oh,
Hilldale.
Beautiful. This is the Hilldale hat we just talked about. Negro League patch on the side. Look at that. And look at that. The Hilldale on the back. Because again, remember now, when we look at these back patches, especially the MLB logo or the MILB logo, a lot of the Negro League hats have just like a Negro League patch on the back, or like a team lacing like this, because they weren't affiliated, right?
Yeah.
And so look at that. This is two-tone, absolutely beautiful. Came out perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the cool part about this one to me is I love the side patch and the way it's designed, simply because otherwise you just see it, like somebody would ask you like, "Oh, what is this?" They don't know what it is, but you really can look at that. It pops like crazy too. In person, it pops like crazy. This is fantastic. I'm excited. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so happy Major League Baseball is just embracing, like, just kind of taking back and storytelling that stuff, because look
at this, bro. Man, all right, I'm geeking out. So
look, we couldn't get the 125th
internationally one
to work, but that was our backup patch.
Oh my god. But you really can't even see on screen how much these just pop off. Like literally, they're popping off. The logo is popping off the hat. It's beautiful. These are 3 of my favorite hats I've ever seen. Not just because I'm a part of them. Look, this is awesome.
They're like your kids now.
It is like I feel like. I mean, here's the thing: you kind of mock these things up together, and know you would want them. You mock up what you want to see. So, but the fact that if I saw these in the store, I knew I would buy them immediately. So this is crazy. This one looks great. They all 3 of them look great. Just I don't know what to tell you, man. Get ready on proimage.com, man. These are 5.
Yeah, it's good that you're happy. You know, we get to kind of celebrate Black History Month too, being in February.
That's right. It's in February. That's fantastic.
That all worked out.
That is fantastic. And man, that's that Hilldale one, especially for Black History Month, should really like that story. Because again, we're talking about the stories as well, and I think most people know about, you know, Homestead Grays, Kansas City Monarchs. They know about Jackie and Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson, but that Hilldale club, and there's a bunch of other clubs like that. If you go through the history of the Negro Leagues, they've just got amazing players. Again, most people know about the Birmingham Black Barons. Willie Mays played there. They talked a lot about that last year. Or the Indianapolis Clowns, where Hank Aaron played for a little bit. Yep. Yeah. But this Hilldale club was before all that. And so you didn't really know the stars that made it out to this one. Obviously, my friends over at the Flying Squirrels are going to be hella jealous. But you know, this is awesome, man. This is some special stuff.
No, I'm excited, man, and I'm so excited to see kind of you grow, like your platform, and you know, we talked a little bit off air about, you know, some of your plans for 2025. You're doing great work over there, and you know, I love what you're doing, and you know, hopefully we get to link up, and you know, there's a day in July that I might circle on the calendar where we're kind of, you know, where we might intersect there. So.
I hope so. Or even that. Look, you guys come down every once in a while. I know you closer. Where do you watch games mostly outside of Toronto? Do you watch them in New York? Like,
so last year I just made it a point to as many different places as possible.
So we're doing this. We're doing the same. And it's exciting. So we're gonna be. I know. obviously for me, home base, DC, Baltimore kind of home base areas, but we really want to get, I haven't done the Chicago, both Chicago's and Milwaukee's. So we're going to look to, we got some opportunities to do some work in those stadiums and, going to spring training for the first time this year and doing some other things around not just Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, college baseball, even to some of the elite high school programs. They've got some great things that we're going to be all over with the Black Baseball Mixtape. And we're going to try to keep it, we're going to try to keep it as fresh and interesting and inclusive as possible, bro.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this, these hats will be available at the top of the hour. So 9 p.m., 7 p.m., February 4th, if you're watching, these will be available to purchase. I'm so happy that, we got to do this and they came out. And yeah, I mean, you got them first too. So
that's awesome. So hopefully, look, I don't know what the science is, but maybe look, that was 24, release it at 25, maybe at 25, release it at 26, we can do it again.
Yeah, I'm excited. But for Leon and Cheats, we're out of here.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.